All right, we back. Dead Network, Dead Show. We got DJ Sincere,
What up? What up, peoples?
and I'm your man Mac. And we're gonna talk real quick about, you guessed it, Kendrick Lamar. We have a tidbit to the Kendrick Lamar saga that's been going on for the last couple of months. With the success of the concert, the Ken and Friends concert, and the the shooting of "Not Like Us," the video for the now becoming legendary diss song. There's even more to add to the pot. Sincere, we have Harvey Mason Jr., who's the CEO of a recording academy. It's basically the organization that organizes the Grammys. He has gone on record saying that "Not Like Us" is actually uh, eligible for a Grammy nomination or a Grammy nod, as they refer to it in the industry.
J
So,
Dot.
this actually like makes the situation, this whole "Not Like Us," the pop out situation, even crazier. That we could actually see a diss track win a Grammy. And real quick before I get your thoughts, so he went on to say, "Quote: Obviously, it's a hot record. It's amazing artistry, great writing. The talent on that record is incredible. You have artists that's been nominated before, and Kendrick obviously has been successful, in the organization. I don't see any reason why it couldn't be, meaning nominated. It's all about the quality of the record, and it's really about the members, meaning members of the board who's going to be doing the selecting. If the members like it, then it'll be nominated. It's as simple as that. So that's Harvey Mason, CEO of the Recording Academy, which organizes the Grammys. That's insane that a diss record is actually being considered for nomination for a Grammy. So big up to K Dot. He's doing incredible work. This is becoming crazy and crazier by the day.
Man, I'm trying to look up now. Has a diss track ever won a Grammy?
If a diss track has won a Grammy, it wasn't necessarily, I don't think it was necessarily known widespread as a diss track. It's probably one of those tracks
Yeah.
that had something in it that could be taken a certain way by certain individuals, but nothing like that's as blatant as this, that has national recognition, been placed on Billboard #1, basically had a concert built around it, music video. Basically, he's doing an album rollout. Everybody's, and then not only that, the disses within this song is so extreme.
Yeah.
Like basically a Grammy award nod for a song about child abuse. That's insanity.
That's why I think it won't even be nominated. I
Hmm.
think because of that being in there, I don't think it's gonna make the list of nominees for the, let alone win it. I think that's gonna hold it back in some of the other voters' eyes. Like, nah. But I mean, it definitely gets you excited to think about if this was to happen. We always give the Grammys flack for not being cultured, not getting it right, not you know what I'm saying, having their, well, I like to say, ear to the street, or having an ear into what really pops amongst the listeners. In a sense, they only kind of do their own thing. So if they nominate this and they kind of got it right. Like, nothing's been big in hip hop since this record, so it would be them getting it right, right? I think so.
If I could interject in, if I knew where they were having their meetings at, where they would hold court, and if I could interject in that, in my personal opinion, I'd nominate Euphoria before I nominate Not Like Us. I feel like in terms of musicianship, Euphoria has more artistic qualities, representation. Not Like Us. Obviously, it's a popular hit, like a pop hit. But especially in terms of hip hop and rap, I think Euphoria has more artistic integrity than Not Like Us. The way he switch flows, the music and samplings he chooses, the depth to his lyrics. It's basically a maze. Like, there's a bunch of different nooks and crannies you can get caught up to in the song to try to figure out and get to the bottom of the story of the beef between Kendrick and Drake. Euphoria is just, it's my favorite song of the beef. Like, I think
Same.
said before on an earlier show, There's a rumor that there's like a 12-minute version of it or a longer version of Euphoria. I think Euphoria, in my personal opinion, and this is like I would say this is a hot take. Low key Euphoria, man, it not just great diss songs, great rap songs, in my personal opinion. When you think about the background of the story that goes into writing this, and then also the foreshadowing of what's going to happen. Like he pretty much called the shot, and then everything was almost fall to the T, almost like it was written out, play this way. It's insane.
And example of what came to mind as you were saying that, you remember Denzel Washington. I compare a lot of stuff with movies and music, but Denzel Washington dropped he didn't drop, but Spike Lee dropped Malcolm X. Denzel, a lot of critically acclaimed. He was nominated for Oscar, but he didn't get it that year. Everyone knew he was well deserved. Russell Crowe got it for A Beautiful Mind, which was a great film in itself. Next year, Denzel was up again for Training Day. And this is just my opinion. Training Day was a great role, was a good role, but we all know he should have got the Oscar for Malcolm X. So they ended up giving it to him for Training Day. So I feel like if that was to be the case, that would be that example. Yeah, we want to get Kendrick the Grammy for Not Like Us, but we could do Euphoria instead. But we know why he's getting the Grammy. It was Not Like Us. So I could see them doing something like that, and I wouldn't even be mad.
Yeah,
I would not be mad at that at all. But I feel like that was the example that came to mind. Like, Not Like Us, we want to. It's really the one, but we'll just give it and say package it as Euphoria instead. It's safer.
Yeah, and then for you internet scavengers that do the digging, I got you. You know, Sincere said Russell Crowe. It was actually Al Pacino, Son of a Woman, in '92 that Denzel lost the
What?
Yeah. So actually it's worse than not been
Wait,
worse.
wait, hold on. I thought he lost to Russell Crowe. A Beautiful Mind. Am I tripping?
Nah, I think that was another movie, but I think that may have been what, Antoine Fisher, or they might have been. Or don't quote me
the
on that. That might have
Hurricane?
been
Was it
another
the
movie.
Hurricane?
Yeah,
Oh,
Hurricane. I think.
oh man, that's what we got. Hey, shout out to the fact checkers. I appreciate that. You know, I'm wrong. I apologize, but I knew it was something that they made up for not giving him the Oscar for Malcolm X, which everyone know he deserved that one.
I feel like with the kind of like what you're saying, like with Kendrick or whatever, like the Macklemore, like you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like, it's just kind of like, hey, we're gonna get. But it's just the whole nature of this situation. It kind of leads into what Joe Budden was saying. Like, just trying to look a little deeper. Is this some sort of coordinated attack from the powers that be in the industry to kind of corner Drake? Because think about it, he's having all these, miscues and mishaps. Not like us. They're claiming funny numbers. There's been, reports allegedly of bots and whatnot. Now all of a sudden, the CEO of the Recording Academy comes out to specifically say, "Oh yeah, Not
Not
Like
like
Us is in
us.
contention. We're
Yeah.
definitely considering it for a Grammy, depending on how to work." And it's a diss song to you, calling you a child abuser, and he's going on record saying that, yeah, we're going to consider it. Even going back to what you're saying before, the accusation is so egregious that you would think that would even keep it from being in contention. But the fact that the CEO of the Recording Academy is coming out saying, "Oh no, we're going to consider it," makes me feel like, man, there might be something to that.
There might be something to it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because if that was to happen, that's the ultimate timestamp. That's the ultimate timestamp in history. The first diss track to win a Grammy. The level of vulgarness that's in that diss track, all the claims that's in that diss track, and for that to win a Grammy, that would be an imprinted history that Drake could never escape from. Like,
the funny thing is, Kendrick will win a Grammy, and then the Drake supporters will still say he lost. He'd be like, "Nah, he still lost though."
which
I'll be
is
like, "Bro, I
insane.
got a #1 record. I got paid $10 million, and I said this on the shorts. #1 record. I got paid $10 million for Amazon. I had over, millions of people watching the stream. There was reported that millions of people were watching the stream. I think they said the stream got over 100 million views or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? He got paid the 10 million. He's doing the video or whatever. He's pretty much rolling out an album. And then people will still be like, yeah, but he lost though. I'm like, how's it?
How is that? Or you see OVO Mall saying, is this too much? Like, I just feel like if it was the other way around, we know how fucking petty Drake is, how corny he is. If it was the other way around, do you realize this? Drake would have shot a video to every one of them diss tracks. He would have released part twos. Like it would have been a shit show if Drake had a one. If it was the other way around, it would have been a shit show.
The funny thing about it was, bro, it was the other way around. It's called back to back. So was it the other way around when Drake was running back to back, trolling Meek Mill? He was trolling Meek Mill on social media. Kendrick ain't even said nothing to Drake on social media yet, but he was trolling Meek Mill for a long time. And also too, this is why I bring up Tamal. Bro, you act like Drake didn't make a video to
yeah, exactly.
What you call it? Family Matters.
I'm saying if in this particular one, in this particular way, if it was the other way around, if he had a won that, the level of pettiness he would have reached, would have topped back to back, would have topped all of that, because he he would have went nuts. So I think Kendrick is just following what's suit. I have to follow what's the hot. This got the streak buzzing. Why would I not put a video out to this? Why would I not have the show with the height of the attention that it's getting right now? Why would I not? So they acting like, is this too much? Like come on, man. Even I know, for me to think that Kendrick won, for me to say the take for Drake stands is Kendrick lost, right? And the take for Kendrick stands would be saying Drake career is over. That's just insane.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I would never say Drake career is over. That's not going to happen.
I was just having this conversation earlier today that Drake is so ingrained in music pop culture, it's impossible. Like Drake's reached, like when you get to the level of a Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, a Dr. Dre, like that Eminem, like that type of level, there's nothing anybody can do to quote unquote in your career. Somebody had brought up that what's going on to Drake is similar to what happened with Ja Rule. And I want to go ahead and say something about that.
Was that in the
Ja Rule, real quick. Ja Rule, y'all have to understand, Ja Rule was only hot for a couple of years. It may have seemed like a long time, but he got hot in around 2000, and then 50 Cent came around in 2003. He was only really hot like that for about 2.5 to 3 years. Drake been hot since 2010. Like he's been hot since 2010. That's almost a 15-year span of being hot. Yeah. Bro, you don't build up that amount of time and then something happened and then just all of a sudden your career is over. It don't work like that.
Yeah. And then with that particular situation, I think 50 was new and was something we've never heard before in that particular time and space. So it was like a nuke just getting dropped, and he just continued to grow and just be crazy, right? And it fucked Ja Rule up. I don't think it's the same. It's definitely different. Drake longevity has been crazy. He knows the game. He can make talent. He can make good music. He's talented. Let's not get it twisted. And just like what he just did with the Camilla chick with the new song right now, that's streaming like crazy. So he's gonna be fine. I'm not that delusional to say that his career is over, but there is a but to it. It's like it's and I don't know if this is gonna be the right analogy, but it's almost like the Lakers championship with the bubble. It's a championship, but it's always going to have that in the bubble effect to it. So yeah, Drake, you're selling, you're doing now, but you always going to have the keep making me dance, waving my hands. I like Drake with the melodies. That's always going to be attached to everything that he does moving forward. So.
Now, just for me, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up, but now just for me to be contrarian a little bit, Drake stands will say, well, that's Kendrick that actually has that asterisk because, well, you only can do this when Drake is attached to it. Like that's the new thing. Oh, Drake gave you this number one. Drake was the reason why Amazon invested in you. Drake was the reason why blah, blah, blah. So they can. What do you say to that? What do you say to these Drake fans that are saying that the only reason that Kendrick is getting this success is off the back of Drake?
Okay, Holyfield was a good fighter, right? Holyfield was a great fighter. So him fighting Tyson, the only reason why Holyfield won was because he fought Tyson? No, he beat him. He beat him. Like he stood in there and beat him. So it's like if we engage, we engage. The outcome is not already predicted. Someone has to come out victorious. So it's like, oh, the only reason why? No, he stepped in the ring with me. We was toe to toe, record for record, and I beat him.
Right.
I beat him in his own game as well. So it's
Right.
like, how do you say, "Oh, that's the only"? No, it wasn't. I watched your guy. Just and I would have loved to see Drake handle it a little more like, take the L. Like take the L and just bet it is what it is. Like definitely don't come with no apologizing and trying to make amends, but just take it on the chin, say it is what it is. And we're people that we forget we witness it happen today and forget about it tomorrow. So it's like I think he would have been fine, but all the little stuff that he's doing now, I feel like it's making it worse.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, Drake should have learned from J. Cole. Like J. Cole kind of handled it like a man. Like he said, I approached you and I got in a conflict with you in public, so I'm gonna apologize to you in public. And then whatever happens, whatever backlash, people calling me weak, people calling me, I don't have heart, all this other stuff, I'm willing to take it because that's how wrong I was. And not necessarily saying that Drake is quote unquote wrong, but let's just look at it in this case. People are starting to say, well, Drake never had a chance because people have been wanting Drake to fail. People are always against Drake, yada, yada. I look at it from the standpoint of this. We can just use common knowledge, right? Since this is the court of public opinion, we don't have any kind of agreed upon metric to kind of gauge this thing. So let's just look in the court of public opinion. If somebody's supposed to lose in the court of public opinion, what's going to lead into that is how much support they have publicly in the beginning. So if you have more followers, you have more streams, you sold more records, you have more public support. So people are already on your side because you're more popular. Like the markets that you're popular in, Kendrick isn't popular in. Like he's not, he's touched those markets, but he's not at the superstar that you are or whatever. Now, on this side of the game, when you talk about artistry, being a technical musician or being a technical artist, when you talk about nuance, you talk about depth, Kendrick got him beat. But if you're just talking about being popular or putting out a product that the majority of people are going to gravitate to and purchase or whatever, yeah, cool, that's Drake. That's the frame of mind I try to frame it in, because this is, again, court of public opinion. Like, it's just, we don't have really a way to gauge this besides, hey, what everybody's saying. Greg started off with more fans, and yet Kendrick figured out a way to turn those fans against him.
To turn them against them. And like I say, moving forward, you have this attached to you. So it's like, no, I can't say that. It's almost like, do you not necessarily admit defeat, but do you look at it, acknowledge it, and just say, okay, cool. It's going to come with me until people forget about it or until it's just a non-factor no more. But the more you kind of dodge and do little cornball stuff, it just makes it more noticeable, because now all the stuff that you do now, everyone say, oh, Kendrick got him doing this. Kendrick got him acting like this. So it's just like, man up, take it on the chin, admit it. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, when he admitted it. So when anyone ever asks about the Jay-Z Nas beat, I say, I think Nas won, but I know Nas won when Jay-Z opened his mouth and said Nas won. If he says it, what am I'll argue with him? If he's admitting, much pride as Jay-Z got, if he's admitting that, yo, this guy got me, I'm not gonna argue with him. So I feel like Drake, don't go out and admit it, but I'm just saying, move as if, okay, I took the L. Bet it's part of life. I'm gonna still keep coming. But all of this internet stuff and all this little cornball, goofball stuff, like it just makes it worse, in my opinion. That's all I got to say on that.
At the end of the day, Drake just needs to just do what Drake does and just make music. Like just keep making music. Just keep doing what put you in that position in the first place. because that's what Kendrick's doing. Kendrick,
Yep.
Kendrick's like, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't think Kendrick is. I'll put it to you this way: I think Kendrick is ready in case old boy come back. But I think for the most part, Kendrick's just kind of like I don't be surprised if Kendrick drops something real quick and then go back into his seclusion. Like I don't think he likes being out in this realm. I think he much more would rather be putting out a project and engaging with the public about that particular project. And I feel
Yeah.
like it's just funny and shows how society is. It's just society is really flavor of the month. You know what I'm saying? And it's us as YouTube personalities, we want to report that because that's what's popular and whatever. But at the same time, when it comes to artistry, you want to be able to be as unique as possible and provide a unique experience and a unique perspective. That's why people gravitate to hip hop artists so much, because they have a perspective that's tailor made for themselves and for the listener. They're not going to get that
Mhm.
nowhere else. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And Kendrick embodies that. I feel like he'd rather be engaged by all these people for that, as opposed to some dude that had jealousy issues and wouldn't leave me alone, that I was forced to respond to. It's like I feel like low key, if you ask Kendrick about this, I feel like he thinks low key this is beneath him, and he's just doing it because somebody needs to get taught a lesson real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. And once, like he said, once you brought innocent people in, good people in, once you got personal, it just hey, it is what it is now. Everything that comes with it, and I'm gonna enjoy it. But just shut up, Drake. Go away, make good music, and then come back with a dope album. The way these fans are now, you'll be fine, man. But you'll be fine. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Just come
Calling it
back
right
and
now.
give us a wop. That's it.
Calling it right now. Pop out. 2025. Kendrick and Drake are gonna share the same stage like Jay Z and Nas.
No, no, no. I don't see that. No. That this is more like a light, polite 50 and Ja. Like they stuff comes differently because they would literally hurt each other, I believe. So I think Kendrick and Drake just totally dislike each other. But 50 and Ja, 50 would hurt that dude. Ja want to hurt 50. I just think these two just Kendrick don't like him. But I do think if Drake start moving a different way, that Kendrick could be in the same room as him.
Yeah.
Put it that way. He could be in the same room as him. But 50 and Ja, nah, you ain't getting them two in the same room.
Well, that's our take on that. Kendrick Lamar may win a Grammy. If he does, this becomes even more hilarious.
They
So
not like us. They not like us. Dun 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 dun. Like it's a lot.
sometimes you have to pop out and show people.
So, that's crazy. Peace out.